Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Road to $10,000 per month. Today is currently day 33 of the challenge. It is Friday the 17th. Yeah, is it 7th? No, 16th. My bad. It is Friday the 16th of February 2024. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been consistently watching my videos, welcome back. And I truly do appreciate the support that you guys have been showing me, each and every single one of you, right? So, not to waste any more of your time, right? I want to get right into the video. And today's topic is monk mode, right? So, if you're familiar with the whole self-improvement space and stuff like that, you've probably seen a couple of videos talking about monk mode, right? And if you don't actually know what monk mode is, I actually leave like a screenshot of the actual description of what monk mode is, right? But if I had to put it into my own words, right, I'd say that monk mode is a period of time where you go without a lot of things, right? It's basically a period of time when you stop your distractions so that you can feed your focus. So basically, you have to set yourself a goal, right? And during that period of monk mode, you put all your focus, your time, and your energy into achieving that one goal, right? So yeah, I've got a couple of questions here that I wrote down that I want to answer, right? And I'm sure you guys would probably have questions about monk mode, right? And I think these are the questions that most people usually have about monk mode, right? So I'm going to be answering these questions. When I first heard about monk mode, my experience with monk mode, when did I first try it, stuff like that, right? So question number one, right? When did I first hear of monk mode? So the first time I heard about monk mode was back in 2021, right? Obviously, I'm on YouTube. I've been watching a couple of videos of self improvement of Iman Gadzhi. A lot of people know him. He's a public figure. He's very well known, right? So I think I first saw it from a video of his, right? About what monk mode is, what he does during monk mode so that he can focus on his work without any distractions, right? And yeah, that was the first time I heard about monk mode. And what I don't want to do in this video, right, is like to tell you guys the exact information that all these other big YouTubers give you all about monk mode, right? Because you can basically go to their channel and watch the same thing, right? You can go to Prince EA's YouTube channel where he talks about monk mode. You can go to Iman Gadzhi's channel where he talks about monk mode, and they can explain monk mode more clearly, right? But what I want to do in this video is give you guys information about monk mode based on my experience, right? So like not like the whole technical terms and stuff like that. I just want you guys to understand monk mode the way I would have wanted to understand it when I would first hear about it, right? And question number two, when did I implement monk mode into my life, right? So the first time I implemented monk mode was 2022, right? 2022, it was like around May, June. And I did it for 3 months, right? I did it for 3 months and it was hectic, it was hectic, but I've been a pretty disciplined person, I think I got my discipline from like the gym and stuff like that. So basically the discipline I got from there, I basically use it in all aspects of my life, when it comes to my diet, my business and all that stuff, my sleeping routine and all that. Right. So yeah, I first applied it in 2022 and I did it for 3 months and it was okay. At the time, I was not doing this current business that I'm doing right now. I was actually going through a course, right? I was going through a course and trying out the skill. And the skill I was learning at the time was actually Forex, right? I was trying out Forex trading. I had made a few losses and a few profits here and there, but after those 3 months, I was still at break even, right? So I think at the time, I deposited like $50 in my account, and at that time, it was like 800 Rand, right? So when I started monk mode, I had 800 Rand in my account, and when I ended it, I still had 800 Rand. So at the time, I just took it out because the reason why I even started Forex was so that I could get some course that I always wanted, So I didn't really want to be a trader, I was just doing it so that I could get money, I wasn't in it because I loved it or I really wanted to learn it or whatever. I just wanted to make money off it, right? And the second time that I tried out monk mode was last year, right? 2023. And that one was like craziest to date, right? So what's recommended with monk mode is that you have to do it in cycles. So if you do monk mode, if you say you're going to be doing monk mode for 12 weeks, right? Break it up, right? So whether you break it up into 2 cycles or 3 cycles, it's fine, right? And it's recommended to do monk mode for like 4 to 12 weeks, right? But I usually do it for like 8 weeks to 12 weeks, right? So when I did it last year, I actually forgot about that whole part about breaking it into cycles. And I wanted to do it for the whole 3 months because I told myself that I did monk mode last year and I did it for 3 months straight and I was fine, Okay, cool. So when I tried monk mode again last year, I think it was about 2.5 weeks into it. I felt like I was going crazy. Like I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind, and actually I was going through a burnout, and it actually took me about 2 to 3 weeks for me to get back to the normal state that I was in because I could not work anymore. Like I would try to work, but I just couldn't. Like my mind was just like fucked up, like my mind was just, I was going crazy at the time. I thought I was depressed, yeah, but I wasn't, lucky for me, I was not depressed, and it was just a burnout, right? So my current monk mode protocol, right? So that's the whole purpose of this video, for me to share my current monk mode protocol. So what you have to do for monk mode, first of all, right? You have to tell yourself how long you're going to be doing it for, right? So anywhere from 4 weeks to 12 weeks, right? And then you have to set yourself a goal for monk mode, right? So obviously my goal for this current monk mode is to increase my monthly recurring revenue for the agency from $0 to $10,000 per month, right? And the duration is 12 weeks. So I started it back in January, on the 8th of January, and my monk mode protocol is going to be ending on the 31st of March, right? And basically, once you've set the duration of monk mode and once you've set the goal for monk mode, right, there are things called non-negotiables, right? So these are things that you have to do every single day of monk mode, right? So number one, you have to do at least 10 minutes of meditation, right? But with me currently, it's 20 minutes because like I've been meditating for quite some time now. And number two, you have to do at least 30 minutes exercise every single day, right? So since I regularly go to the gym from like Monday to Saturday, on a Sunday, I don't actually go to the gym. So for that 30 minutes of exercise, I actually take a walk for 30 minutes, right? And number three is no alcohol and no weed, right? And then there's things called other variables, right? These are things that you can add on top of the non-negotiables, right? So my other variables, number one is delete social media, which I've done. And number two is sticking to my diet, right? So like a high protein diet to build muscle and stuff like that. But for you, that could be literally anything. If you're trying to lose weight, just make sure you stick to your diet. If you're trying to gain muscle, if you're trying to gain mass, or whatever it is, right? And number three is read a book. And here I wrote at least 30 minutes a day. But ever since monk mode, I've been reading a book for an hour a day, right? And then you have to review your progress weekly, right? So every single week, you have to review your progress so that you see how far you are from reaching the goal that you set for yourself, right? And you have to set yourself 3 daily tasks that will get you closer to achieving that goal of yours, right? So write down 3 daily tasks, and every single week you have to look back at the progress for the week and see how far you are, right? And also you have to set yourself 3 milestones, right? Milestones. So how I do it is that I review my what do you call this? My milestones every 4 weeks, right? That's when I review my milestones. And then before I forget, right, I almost forgot this one actually, the cycles, right? So based on my personal experience, I do not recommend doing monk mode for 3 months straight, right? I don't think it's actually a healthy approach, but that's just based on my experience. I don't know about other people, right? So I also recommend that you do monk mode for you break it up into cycles. So currently how I'm doing it is that I broke it up into 2 cycles, right? So cycle 1, that's 6 weeks, and cycle 2, that's another 6 weeks. And how I used to do it before is that I used to do it in 3 cycles. So it'll be 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, right? But I just wanted to try something new this year. I wanted to do it differently, right? So I broke it up into 2 cycles, right? And as I'm recording this video, it's actually Friday, right? The 16th of February. And my monk mode break has actually started. And now I have a 3 day break where like I don't follow all of these things for monk mode, right? And I'm gonna be going back to schedule on Monday, which I think is the 19th of February, right? So yeah, monk mode, right? It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. So last question is, how has my first cycle of monk mode been so far, right? So I just went through a whole 6 weeks of monk mode, and what I can tell you guys is, number one, it is not easy. Like monk mode is not easy, guys. It is hard. It is really hard, Like how to describe monk mode is like you basically in prison, right? You put yourself in a cage. At least that's how I see it, because basically you have the same routine every single day, Monday to Sunday. Every day is like repetitive. You're doing the exact same things, right? Like you're stuck in with your routine, right? Sometimes when I do monk mode, I even forget what day it is because every day is like the same, except for Sundays because I don't work on Sundays now. I go to church and I meal prep, and obviously Sundays is not the same as the rest of the days, right? So every day except for Sunday is like exactly the same. Sometimes it could be a Saturday, but it'll be exactly like Monday. It's nothing exciting. It's just you have to see monk mode as a tool, right? That will help you to achieve your goals because you're starving your distractions, you're feeding your focus. You basically like focus. This is a time of focus, and this is a period where you actually become selfish with your time and your energy and your attention, right? You have to be selfish in order to be selfless in the future, That's how I see it, And actually, a week ago, my friends actually came to visit me, and one of them told me, it's like, bro, like, you don't come and visit me, like, what's wrong with you, and all that. And I told him, I'm like, bro, you know how things get when I'm on monk mode, right? Because the reason why I say it feels like prison is because when I'm in my room during monk mode, it's like when someone is in prison, right? Other people can come and visit you, but I feel like I can't go and visit other people because I'm so busy. There's just a whole lot of things to get done, and yeah, like it's crazy, I even told him, I'm like, bro, when you guys visit me unexpectedly, it's like when a prisoner is allowed visiting hours, people come and visit the prisoner, but the prisoner can't go out of jail, until they've served their sentence, So I would say kind of like monk mode is basically like that, And I wouldn't say it's a bad thing because when I'm not on monk mode, I'm not as focused, because like when I'm on monk mode, I'm actually dialed in, like I'm really, really, really focused, It's like it's crazy, it's crazy. You're basically taking things to the extreme, and I don't know if monk mode is actually for everyone, because I think monk mode is a way of life, way of living, I mean, it's not for the whole year. You can do it for like 2 months, 3 months. That's it, because the amount of work some people get done in monk mode in just those 3 months, if you weren't actually on monk mode, it probably would have taken you the whole year to do that amount of work, right? Because throughout the year, you're distracted by other things, you're thinking about other things too, right? But during monk mode, you're only thinking about one goal and one goal only. That's it. Nothing else matters to you during this time, And yeah, I have the I have this philosophy that, you work hard and you play harder, That's how I choose to live my life, Like I always want to do things at the extreme, And last year, right? Last year, after monk mode, it was actually crazy, right? So what I did, right? Just like I said, I did monk mode for like 2.5 weeks. And I told myself that, you know what? Because I worked so hard in the first 3 months of the year, the first quarter of the year, the fourth month, right, which is April, I'm actually going to enjoy myself. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go party, have fun and do all of those things. And last year, I think April actually had like 5 weeks, right? So the Saturday, I think the first Saturday of April was like the 2nd of April, right? And yeah, there were 5 weeks in April, and I was going out every single weekend, And I'm not that type of a person. I don't go out every single weekend, but I just felt like I had to, because I was working so much. Like I felt like I deserved to go out, going out every single weekend, seeing my friends that I haven't seen for such a long time, drinking and stuff like that. But at the end of April, I wanted nothing to do with going out, like literally nothing. All I wanted to do was stay at home, you know. And I think that's how it gets, That's how it gets. I don't know how I'm actually going to approach it this year, come April, Probably maybe go out like once or twice, But I learned my lesson, That thing of like going out every single weekend, that's not for me. That's not my life, It's crazy, So yeah, that is my monk mode protocol. That's my experience with monk mode. And I hope you guys have learned a thing or two, what happens during monk mode and stuff like that. And if you found any value in this video, please like the video, share the video, leave a comment down below, and consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you guys again next week for the second cycle of monk mode. And until we meet again, same place, same time. Yes, sir.